Okay, this is a terrible angle, but I'm gonna try to do like my actual like full face of makeup, like kind of a full glam, but not really. So this is the Lumik lotion. Again, I am really obsessed with this stuff. To me, I like it better than like the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops or any bronzing drops, just because I feel like this adds a little bit more coverage as well, and it's not such a like the bronzing drops are a lot darker and they pull a lot more orange, especially when I am tan and I feel like makeup already kind of looks a little orange the darker I am. So that's that. Next, I'm gonna prime my eyes. I just got this. It's the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade. Does it have a shade? I don't know. As you can tell, it's very light, so I got it for winter. So I'm just gonna like put a little bit on my eyes and blend that out with my concealer brush. So all of the concealer on my eyelids is blended out. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me translucent setting powder and set my eyes because I have really oily skin, and my eyelids are also super oily, so I don't want them to crease. So hopefully this helps a little bit. For eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Icy Nude palette. This is currently my favorite palette, especially for winter. Probably will not use it that much during the summer because a lot of this is like cool toned. So I can't find one of my blending brushes for eyeshadow, so I'm going to wing this. I'm going to go in with the shade One Self and Lavish. Get that on my brush. And these are just kind of light colors, and I'm gonna like tap this and like buff it into my entire lid. So now that I have like the base color down, I'll show, but you want to always use kind of like more neutral tones, like closer to your skin, for like your base colors on eyeshadow. So I'm using, again, I went in with this one and this one and kind of just blended those together to get like my base color, and then you can start building up with darker shades, glitters, whatever. So to build up, I'm gonna go in with just kind of the darker shades of those two. So it's gonna be Poised and High Life, and I'm gonna start blending those like right in here into the crease on the sides. And you can see it's kind of like creating a shadow. I do have hooded eyes a little bit, so it does make it a little more difficult as far as like blending and color placement. Okay, so you can kind of see the darker colors are going to be more on the outside, and you're just kind of like trying to create that crease. Don't worry about all this, we'll clean it up. But another thing to note when you are doing eyeshadow, you kind of always want to like pull it up a little bit when you're blending. Like don't blend down, try to blend up if you can, because it's going to give your face more of a lifted look. I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner. And I want it kind of like I will smoke it out. So I just kind of close my eyes and run it back and forth. Ideally, it doesn't get that much on the bottom, but it's okay. Okay, so I tightlined. This is the NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner in Smoke and Topaz. I usually use a dark brown instead of a black, unless I'm doing like a true smoky eye, just because my eyes are smaller and they are a light color. Okay, so now I'm gonna start on my face, come back and finish like the topper for the eyes whenever I am done. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Wonder Stick in shade medium to contour. I actually really like the Too Faced chocolate bronzer contour, but I am almost out, so this will have to do. And then I'm just gonna tap this. Again, you don't want to like move the product around, so you don't want to like swipe it, but I kind of want to like tap it into your skin and try to like draw it upward. And make sure that you contour according to your face shape, not necessarily my face shape. But for me, I try to create the actual like shape, get rid of my double chin, highlight cheekbones, and make my forehead hopefully look a little bit smaller. Make sure you do like blend your contour up into your hairline too. Now it's okay if you kind of look crazy at this stage, because we're gonna fix it. So next I'm gonna go in with the same e.l.f. concealer that I primed my eyes with. And again, this is like, I've only used this product for 2 days, so we'll see. And these are the places that I want to like bring the light to. And then I'm also just going to go in with a little bit of the Haus Labs concealer in shade 21 light medium neutral, and kind of like carve right here to get some additional shape. Now you want to let this sit for as long as you can, but again, if you can't, not a big deal. It just helps the product kind of soak in my opinion. So if you have like any like finishing touches that you want to do, brows, whatever, you can do it at this stage too. So I'm going to use my dual-ended concealer brush, and I'm just going to like buff this all gently into the skin in like really small circles, and you'll be able to see like some of the face take shape. And I'm gonna leave my under eyes to buff in last, because that's where I want the most coverage. Okay, the concealer is blended out, so I'm gonna go in with my blush. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in this like plum shade. I usually like peachier shades for summertime, but this will do. I'm gonna blend this in with the same brush that I used to blend in my contour. And I'm also gonna add in a little bit of this e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand blush in the shade Rose You Slay. It has a little bit of glitter, so it'll kind of work also a little bit as a highlight. I'm just gonna put that on top. Okay, so that's blended out. And for blush placement, if you want to look more youthful, go on like the apples of your cheeks. If you want to be more snatched, drag it up higher.